we're seeing here, therefore, is a double standard, which is very troubling, and we're now seeing quite explicitly stated by Western reporters and others the reason for the double standard, namely racism. They're not got blue eyes, they're not civilized, they don't happen to live in Europe. We in the Western reporting fraternity need to examine ourselves and ask what our values are. Do we actually have a single set of moral standards which we adhere to in all times and places? Because if we aren't, if we have one set of values for people inside Europe and one set of values for non-European, non-white people, we're racists. We're barbarians too. Another example, yes, we are seeing Lavrov, for instance, interrogated by Western journalists about the dreadful conduct of the Russians' illegal invasion. But did we see the same interrogation of George W. Bush within weeks of the Iraq invasion, which was equally illegal? I don't think we did. Now, I've been reporting Yemen for the last 7 years since that war started, and although what is happening is terrible in Ukraine, latest calculation is that 230,000 people have died from bombing by the Saudis or by starvation, malnutrition, which is endemic now in Yemen. The United Nations have called it the greatest humanitarian catastrophe of the 21st century. Now, Britain is actually part of the Saudi assault on the Yemeni people. We are providing arms, we're providing military guidance, we're providing through our role as penholder in the United Nations Security Council diplomatic protection, particularly against any investigations into war crimes committed by the Saudis in the war. In other words, we are the protector and we are complicit in something which is utterly barbarous and feral. If the Western media are given 100th of the attention they have to Ukraine, to what's going on in Yemen, I don't think that it would have been politically possible for a succession of British prime ministers and foreign secretaries to allow that to happen. Of course we should support the leadership of the Ukrainian people against an illegal and barbaric invasion. But we do also need, when the dust is over, to be consistent in our foreign policy. So if we're against the Russian attacks on the Ukraine, we should be equally opposed to the barbarism of the Saudi attacks on the Yemen.